This is your one and only FireSpark81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and today we are taking a look at Amazon's new MMO, New World. So before I even get into this, first off, thank you to Amazon for providing me with a key to check this game out during its preview. Please note that everything that you're seeing is preview content, and the game's still going to be in development for another, I don't know, 10-ish or so months. So they have plenty of time to change a lot of things in it, a lot of little odds and ends. I doubt you'll see any massive overhauls, but little things here and there can easily change. So what I'm going to do is try to run you through the game as quick as possible, everything that I've learned about it, get you a good idea of the systems in the game and all of that good stuff, and then I'm going to give my thoughts on it, and then we'll wrap up the video. Okay, so I got a new location here that I haven't made a character on. We're gonna click play, and we're gonna take a look at the character creation. You can apparently only have one character per server, so we're gonna, okay, I understand. And we're going to skip the video because we're not too worried about that. You want to see the systems. That's what you're here for. So we have male and female. There's male. There's female. We got different faces to choose from. You just got your blank, normal, random, copy, paste faces. They're terrible. Like, these faces are just... The female faces are just horrendous. Like, come on. I mean... What, they're just bad. They're just bad. Character customization as a whole is just rather lacking. I mean, all of these look pretty copy paste. Now, once again, this is a system that could change. This is these are usually easily swappable. They could have another just module or whatever standing by that they're going to swap out to give like legit full-on character customization, but I have no idea. I mean, this could be what we end up with. This could just be something that they gave us for the preview event, but right from the get-go on character customization, I was immediately disappointed. I mean, we don't even have like a slider for skin tones. I mean, which is usually common these days. It's just, these are your set skin tones. They did give a nice selection of hair colors, which I thought was cool, but this is the hair, and the hair doesn't have physics, so that was immediately I noticed that, like, this one here on the video that I had, the character stood up and this whole chunk of hair just like came out of their body when they looked up. Like, there's not even, that's just completely static, zero hair physics, which is kind of standard in games these days. So, and then you have your different colors. Okay, so we're now going to swap over to a character that I've already created and I spent 3 hours in the game with. All right, so here we are in game, and as you can see, the game doesn't look bad once you get into it. Their actual map and all of that stuff, the lighting, all of that looks pretty good. It's decent. I wouldn't say it's Unreal comparable, but it's good. It's definitely good. It's pretty to look at. The character models, I mean, once again, the clothes look great, but the character model itself rather lacking and just kind of, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about combat a little bit here. So if we go into our inventory here, you can see I have 3 weapon slots. And there are a variety of different weapons that you can use in the game. I prefer the hatchet. I'm using a hatchet and a staff. If we go to our menu here and we go to Weapon Masteries, here are the different weapons that are available in this mode. So you have the bow, you have the musket, the fire staff, the life staff, the war hammer, the straight sword, and the hatchet. I'm about to get attacked, so we're going to attack with the hatchet. You'll see a little bit of combat here. And I like the hatchet because you can spam it like crazy and pretty much stun lock most of the things. They will jump back, as you saw there. The wolf did, it jumped back, but I was able to get on it pretty quick. And every time I kill something, I gain a little bit of percentage of my max health, which allows me to stay in the fight pretty much indefinitely. Anyway, let's go back to our menu here. I'm going to try to cover this stuff as quickly as possible so this isn't like a 2-hour long video. So each weapon levels up the more you use it. it. And as it levels up, you gain new abilities. So if we take a look here, you can see the skill trees here, and you can kind of mix and match between them or level all through one. And they have, you know, passives, active abilities, all of that good stuff. So here's the active abilities. And then those active abilities have a bunch of passives, and there's just some that just straight up just have passives. Like this isn't connected to any of the active abilities, just passives that I can learn for it. I went for a long time on Axis, or using this axe. Well, I wouldn't say a long time, but a good while using it before I even bothered to level up or to gain this ability here because the passives were so good. We take a look, we'll go back here, we'll look at some of the others. We have the Fire Staff, once again, 3 over here, 3 over here, and you can just mix and match as you want, and the more you use them, the more you level up through them. Other than that, combat is kind of meh. Like I said, I like the axes because you can just get in there and you can spam. You have a block that you do, right attack, pretty much everything has a block where you just hold your right mouse button and you will block, but it uses stamina, so eventually your block can be broken. I will try to show you here on the wolf here. Well, it looks like somebody else is over here. Well, maybe not. Okay, so here we go. We'll let him hit us. You can see there he took a chunk of stamina, and there's also a problem that I've noticed where it's got to be desync. The thing that you're attacking is not where you think it is. I've run into that a couple of times. You see it in one spot, the server sees it in another. You can't hit it and it continues to hit you. It's a little annoying, but it's not like too bad. I haven't run into it too often, maybe 1 out of every 10 fights or whatever. But as you can see, with the axes, you just spam and spam and spam and spam. I'll show you the staff here. Here's the staff. So I have that ability there. That's like its main attack, and you can charge it up to do a little more damage. I have this. And then there is this. So, and that's channeled for some time, and it just does damage over time. You can break it by hitting spacebar. There is no jump. Spacebar is your dodge, and it uses stamina, as you saw there. That's combat. The one thing that I don't like about it, well, one, there's a few things. The cooldowns are shared. So if I do this attack and then I swap over to my staff, you can see Q is still on cooldown. That's super annoying and dumb. It should not be. Like, I should have different cooldowns per each one. And then the other thing is there's a slight delay. The weapon switch isn't fluid, and I'd really like to be able to roll my mouse. It's really annoying that I can't flick my center mouse wheel and swap weapons. Like, that zooms me in and out. It doesn't swap my weapons. I have to take my hands off the combat keys, or my finger off the combat keys, and reach up to hit 1 or 2 to swap my weapons. Now, I don't know if there's another key that maybe like quick swaps or something like that, but I didn't see it. So it should just be on my mouse. Like, I should just be able to roll my mouse and swap through my weapons. That would make it a little bit more fluid. The other thing is, you'll notice she takes time to do the thing. It's not very quick. So here's my axe, and then she puts it away, and I can't do anything in between that. There's no like animation canceling or anything. You have to wait until you put one weapon away and pull the other one out. So there's a slight break there in between it, and it's not super fluid. So I'll show you. Here's an attack, and then I try to swap weapons. Like, I had to stop spamming in order to swap. So if I'm attacking and then I hit 2, it doesn't do it. It brings it up, but I cancel it. You see there, like, I canceled the swap. Anyway, that's combat. All of this is pretty much standard MMO shenanigans. It's standard in what you see in a lot of MMOs, and there really wasn't a whole lot that really impressed me in this. I'm gonna just say that right from the get-go. There's resource gathering. That's the next thing we'll cover real quick, and then we'll get in. I guess I should cover that and then get into crafting instead of crafting, then resource gathering. So you go out here, you harvest the bush, you get some wood. You have your proper tools, you can harvest trees. Now, as you're gathering things like lumber, you will level up. You can see there, my lumbering just went up. I'm level 4 at it right now. Everything you do in this game levels. So all of your individual crafting, all of your harvesting. If I find a wolf corpse or something around here, I can harvest that. Now, as you level, from what I can tell, it gets faster to harvest. And I don't know if you do or not, but you can get rarer resources. So I don't know if leveling gets you a higher chance to get the rare resources, but I know the rare resources exist because if you take a look at my pants here, 2% chance of getting rarer items when harvesting. So those definitely increased, well, apparently my botanist luck. So I don't know if like leveling botany will eventually give me a higher chance to get the rarer resources from, this is me doing the botany, from said things. I have no idea on that one yet, but I do know that the speed does seem to go up because I was harvesting wolf corpses, and as I was harvesting them and my skinning and stuff was skinning and tracking, I think is what they call it, was getting higher. I was harvesting the wolf corpses faster. So that's harvesting. There's all kinds of stuff everywhere. You can see the little nodes there. Little circle pops up, and it pops up if you need the tool, and then you just have the tool here, and you can see here, you just use it when you need it. All the things have a lot of different stats. You can see there's the gear score, and then there's like the power of the thing and how much damage you do. So there's the damage, gear score, power, which is apparently your damage, and then it shows you that it's fire damage. And blocking stability. There's blocking stability. So yeah, and then you can break things down for resources as well. So you can see there, I have the salvage option where it'll give me some repair stuff and some, I think that's iron. Yeah, I'm gonna get some iron and 2 repair parts back from it. Okay, so we covered combat, we covered harvesting, and then crafting. So crafting is done all around the towns. There's towns and factions. We'll get into the factions here in a second. So you can see they're broken up. That's one. This is the one we're in now. That's the map. So yeah. And you can see they're owned by different. So Brightwood's owned by the same people that Everfall is, and the same one that one is. And this one's owned by the same one as those over there. Anyway, crafting, you got to come to the station. So here we're at the kitchen. There's a bunch of different foods that we can cook if we have the proper stuff to craft them. They give bonuses. It tells you what the bonus that it gives is. Invigorating effect, which provides slow health recovery and additional constitution for 20 minutes. So, and you got different foods that you can cook that give different buffs and stuff like that. You can eat and drink whenever. It's just for buffs and health. Here is the loom, so we can make we need fibers and we can make cloth. And as you level, or as you do these things, you level up with them. I want to go to the blacksmith because I want to show you that one. So here we are at the blacksmith. I feel like this is the one that's going to allow me to show you the best of crafting, what it has to offer here. So I don't have enough iron ingots right now, but if I did, I could craft a sword, and right now it shows me my potential gear score, and when I craft it, it'll end up somewhere in here. It also shows you my chance to get a gemstone socket and how many perks I can possibly get. Tells you that I have a low chance of getting a perk. So basically you have to come in here and you have to spam a bunch of tier 1 swords to level up your crafting so that you can craft higher tier stuff, which is kind of standard. You know, that's something that we've seen in games before. Spam craft a bunch of one item. I just salvaged them all and kept crafting with the resources that I got back until I didn't have any more. And as you do it, your skill will level up. You can add more resources to increase your chance of gemstone sockets. You can add Azoth to increase your perk chance, and you can add in special resources to get different traits on the gear, which is kind of cool. I mean, the crafting system is actually kind of cool. I like it. I don't really like the whole like having to spam to level up, but I mean, like I said, that's something that's standard in a lot of MMO games, and it's a thing that I don't really care for. But overall, I like the ability to kind of add resources and customize the weapon that you're trying to get. I think that's a pretty cool system. Now, another thing that I like is that as you are in a territory and you help that territory, so for example, the one that we're in here, the Monarch's Bluffs, as we help them and do things, we gain rep with them, and that rep gets us bonuses in this area whenever we're in here, which is really cool in my opinion. I really like that they did that. That's something I don't think I've seen, or if I have, I don't remember seeing it. So if we go to our map here and I click on territory standings, you can see my territory standings with them. Although I'm not sure where the perks that you already have are listed. I can't seem to find them, but I can tell you I've gotten things like increased experience when I'm here. I've leveled that a few times. I gain increased rep. Some of the other ones that I saw is like increased harvesting speed and stuff like that. So it's just a lot of little like random perks when you're in the area. I really like that I can, you have the option to choose from that, like increased experience. That way you customize your experience in a specific area. So for example, one of the things you can do is you can buy a house in the area, but you need rep with them to do that. So doing things like increasing the rep that you get when you're in an area, getting that bonus will help you get to a house faster. So this could be the area where I want to get my house. So I would level that perk up as many times as it's offered to me, because they get offered to you again and again, like the same ones just get rotated through. You pick one, then it gives you a list of some other ones to pick through, then you pick one, and then it'll give you a new list of some things to pick through. I wish I could like figure out where you actually see that at, but I have no idea where you actually see that at. I could not find it. So for example, since this is the one that I want to get a house in, I would pick the rep one every time I see it so that I can get to level 15 with them. Now I may go to a neighboring one, for example, this one over here at 𝐴𝐴𝐿, and do all the resources one, because I could just go over there and gather a crap load of resources while I'm over there, and that could be my resource gathering area. So here's the houses. You go to house menu here, you can enter the house, you can take a look at it, preview what it looks like. And other than that, like you can make furniture and stuff for it and like kit it out if you want to. If you want to get a house, there's a tax that you have to pay for having a house. And like I said, you also have to be level 15 in standing with them. So you can see I can purchase it for 3,000. Every week I'm going to have to pay 75, which is rather cheap. 75 gold's not too bad. You can see here with the 3 hours that I played, I already made 539.79. A lot of the things you do are like the point, whatever, it's just change for taxes and stuff. While the cost is rather expensive at 3,000, well, it seems expensive, but as you get into end game, that may go up. I don't know. I have only played 3 hours. 75 doesn't seem too bad for a weekly tax. And yeah, you can see you can decorate it, you can fast travel, and trophy buffs. So pretty cool little system there for the houses. You can fast travel, or you can set your fast travel point by going to an inn at the town that you're at, and then you can fast travel there, but that does have a cooldown to recall there. You can also fast travel if you have the Azoth. I have not made it to the point where I'm getting any of the Azoth yet, so I have no idea how that works, if that has a cooldown or not. The recall does. I want to say it's 60 minutes. Don't quote me on that though. I want to say it's every 60 minutes you can use it to recall to the inn, which is cool just if you're out and you're really far away and you just want to get back really quick. So as you know, all the games like this, they have like a bank system to store your goods. This one does not have a bank. It has a storehouse. It's a storage shed, which is essentially the same thing as a bank. They just call it something different, but I just wanted to point out that they call it something different. So it's based on weight. You can see here, storage shed. I'm at 68 out of 1,000. So you can just, drag your thing over there and place it in your storage shed, and they got it broken up, weapons, resources, just like they do here, apparel. If I was to drag this over here, you can see. I do like that they did this so it's quick and easy to see. You got your utility stuff here, your resources here. Yeah, I like how they did the inventory system. It's quick and easy to see the things that you want and where it's at, manage it relatively easily. So let's continue to talk about rep a little bit here. So I got a little sidetrack there. For gaining rep, you can kill things in the area. Will gain you a little bit. You can gain a massive amount by going to the board here, the town project board, and picking up these quests and doing them. As you see here, I can get 750 territory standing and a buttload of experience and some coin as well for doing these things here. Like just hunt 3 elk, kill 10 wolves. One was gather a bunch of water. I just go down and gather a bunch of water and bring it back. Most of them are pretty easy, but they're just your normal fetch or kill missions that you're used to with pretty much all MMOs. But doing this always has something for you to do. Like the way that they did this, it's just, there's always something to do because of this. So doing this is going to upgrade the outfitting station. As you can see, they tell you what they do. Upgrades the hard point to tier 3. So you're helping out the town by doing these things, and at the same time, it always gives you something to do. It's kind of a 2 birds with 1 stone. So you're also helping everybody else out as well, because you're upgrading the outfitting station to tier 3, which is going to allow you to craft higher tier goods, which helps everybody else, and also keeps you busy. So as opposed to just going around to the different people, I mean, you have those quests where you go around to the different people. I've been talking to this dude for a while. He's been sending me on different things. Right now, he wants me to go, as you see up there in the top right-hand corner, make a campfire, travel to 𝐴𝐴 as well. I mean, I got to do those 2 things, and then I'll talk to somebody there. And there's a lot of those missions where starting out that I was doing, where it's like, talk to this person, run over here, talk to this person, go get me these things, go do these things for me, go do this for me. You know, your usual MMO stuff. So, I mean, I think that's a pretty good rundown. That gives you a pretty good idea of what the game has to offer for the most point. There's the big PvP battles and stuff like that. So when I showed you the map here, there's the towns. Like you can click the town, and well, I thought I saw a war option somewhere. Anyway, you can declare war on a town, and then you set up war. Like you can see, this one has an upcoming war. I'm not sure when it is. I'm not sure where you get the detail from that. I mean, it's lacking in some of that information. So if we highlight over it, that's all I see. We have tax info. There's also, you can view your storage from anywhere. So if we click here, I can see what I have stored in each individual location, which is kind of cool that you can do that. So if you run out of storage in one location, you can go to another location and apparently have a separate set of storage over there. But anyway, so that's just owned by the clans. The clans can declare war. And when you help out a town doing the stuff up there, you're helping that clan be able to defend if anybody decides to declare war against them. I think that's about it as far as like overall gameplay and what it has to offer. It's your standard MMO affair for the most part. I haven't really seen anything new and exciting done in this game to separate it from stuff I've seen in other MMOs. They talk about in their trailers and stuff how the 50 versus 50 MMO battles is something new and exciting, and you can wage war and capture territories. I've seen all that before. That's not new. That's stuff, I mean, it may be new for them. It may be new for this. It's been in development for some time, but I've seen that stuff in MMOs before. MMOs have done that. There's also PvE battles where any of the towns at any moment can just get attacked by hordes of PvE content. PvE monsters just swarm the town, and you have to defend against it. That's a cool concept. I mean, I like both of those concepts. I think they're cool, but they've all been done. It's all that stuff's been done in the MMO genre before. And overall, I'm just not impressed. Nothing about it really just made me go, oh wow, this is so cool. It's an MMO straight out of the hype of the MMO era. That's it. That's just that's pretty much all I have to say about it. If you like MMOs and you like the stuff that I've showed you here, and you like that kind of stuff, you like running around grinding and killing endless enemies and harvesting resources endlessly, you'll like this game. That's pretty much all there is to it. Like I said, the combat's okay, the crafting, all that stuff, it's all right. It's an all right MMO. That's all I have to say about it. So yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up there. If you like an okay MMO experience, check out New World when it becomes available. Oh, I do want to mention before we wrap it up that from what I understand, it is going to be buy to play. So there's not going to be any monthly fees, which is cool. However, I did notice on their official website that down at the bottom, it said that it contains in-app purchases. There is none of that in this right now. So I'm assuming with those two things, once again, I'm assuming, I don't know for sure, that it's going to be buy to play, and then it is going to contain in-app purchases, microtransactions, to keep the servers up. That's how I'm assuming it's going to run. That makes sense. That's an okay business model for me. I'm down with that business model. Anything's bad. I don't like monthly fees. I think they're archaic and BS. So I think the microtransaction way to go is cool. I mean, they could do character customization stuff, simple things like that in order to keep the servers afloat. That's something that's pretty standard these days. Okay, I think that's it now. I think that's a good wrapping up point. That's going to wrap it up for this episode. If you like what you saw, consider hitting that sub button. I want to give a big thank you to my patrons for making this episode possible. Y'all are absolutely amazing people. If you'd like to join my elite crew of Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.